Okay, these are the three areas we'll be looking at. This is where the documentation and all the parts and other things that came with the box and which I needed. And then the fuse box is in the bathroom and is up there. Circuit breaker. And I've identified the lower one there. That one there is the lower ground lighting circuit. That's where the doorbell was. There's the transformer that I fitted with the doorbell bypass kit, and then the door is literally just there with the Doorbell Pro. At the moment it's just a white light. It spins like that for a minute. I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go through what we've got on the table first. Right, on the table is the box that came in, so it's definitely a Video Doorbell Pro. This is the actual box. Obviously some parts have already been used. If this is of any information, then there's the information. Okay, with the doorbell chime, that thing. This is just instructions or warranty. This piece of paper, I'll get a close-up of that in a minute, that's quite important. Then a bunch of instructions with some declaration conformity, that's the UK version. And this is filed with all the other versions. The booklet, Ring Pro, several languages, only the first few pages are British. Okay, go through that in a minute. And that's it. Now there's a sticker here which is important. It says only connect terminals to wiring from a doorbell with a voltage of 16 volts AC to 24 volts AC. That was stuck on the back of the doorbell that goes on the wall outside. Back to these instructions now. Once your Ring Pro is installed, which it is, if the light at the top of the circle is flashing, no idea what that actually means. I know there's a circle, but at the top of the circle, I don't know what that means. Your Ring Pro needs time to prepare for setup. This can take up to an hour. Well, it's had several weeks. We've been at this for several weeks now. As this progresses, the flashing pattern continues around the circle. Yeah, I mean that gets confused with the spinning. Around the circle spinning, it's the same thing to me, but it's not. Around the circle it gradually gets filled around the circle, so not a good choice of words there. When the flashing ends, you can set up your Ring Pro in the Ring app. After setup, all the lights may flash for a short time. When this stops, Ring Pro is ready to use. On the other side of this, a few more tips. Make sure to install the Pro Power Kit. See included manual for details. If your doorbell transformer is rated below 16 volts, you need to install a new transformer or add ring plug-in adapter. You can find both at that web address. If your transformer is rated 16 volts or above, but you still have problems, bypass your internal doorbell. See included manual for details. And that's essentially what I've done, is bypass the internal doorbell. Not that we had problems initially, but the problems came a week later. Right, so the manual has this. British at the top, first few pages. online instructions, tells you where those are. I'm not going to read all of this, but the important parts are mains in at the bottom, doesn't matter which way, and the wiring is on 1 and 4, which the instructions don't tell you what voltage that is. And then bypass your internal doorbell, there's some instructions there. Next page, installing the doorbell, the actual doorbell on the front wall by the front door. That's all been done. That's been done, it's been wired up, and the thing is definitely getting voltage. And then it goes straight into setting up in the app, and we're having problems with that now. And then the actual Chime plugin. We had this going at one point, and then this goes into another language. So that's the manual. So now back out to the actual installation up here. Okay, so I'll cut to that now. Okay, that's the multimeter, and that's where the transformer is. So we've got mains coming in here, and you can see it's just wired up into the first poles of the primary coil as described here. Get that in focus. I'm just going to get in focus one day. Right, there's not enough light. Okay, so if I test the voltage of that, so that's put into there, and I'm getting out the standard UK voltage, steady at nearly 250. Right, put the meter down to maximum 200 now, and what we got is one wire coming out and into the bypass kit. That goes out to the doorbell. The twisted orange and white pair is one wire, and then one wire is connected to the doorbell outside, and then the blue wire is connected to the other pole. And that's supposedly 24 volts according to these instructions here. The outside 24 volts. But, right, yeah, like I was saying, those poles there, 1 and 4, I'm getting 30 volts. If I go to the other poles, so basically I'm moving one in. Okay, so I've now moved into those two, which is supposed to be, according to their 12 volts, and I'm getting 18 volts. And then finally the two close to each other. Okay, there it is, and I'm supposed to be getting, according to that, is it 8 volts? Yeah, 8 volts, and I'm getting 12 volts, so don't understand that. And finally this Pro unit, although I'm using that as the bypass, if you pull the tape away, you can clearly see this has been made for another connection which was not supplied. Okay, so that's it. Right, so now if we go back outside, go to the setup mode, the instructions say, right, so there it is, that's still blue, not white, and it's a full circle, and it stopped pulsing or anything. If I press the button on the side, nothing happens. It used to go into setup mode, and now nothing happens. If I power down power back up, it always comes back to this. So now if we go to the actual phone, okay, we go into the Ring app. Just pause it there and turn the light off. Okay, so set up device, doorbells. I go out and scan the QR code. I'll pause this and do that because it's dark outside. Right, so I scan the QR code. It's located our previous connections, attempts, continue, select front door. It's all installed, so I'm going to click already installed. Right, and that's the white light that we used to have but doesn't exist anymore, and you've seen it out there. And the question is it spinning? And we just go around in circles here. We say no. Press and release the small button. Well, I've just shown you that, and it doesn't work. And like I said, even if I power down and wait for it to come back up, it doesn't work. Okay, so it's not working. So even if I say continue, and then this comes up, and there's absolutely no way I can't, on an iPhone, I can't swipe up, I can't swipe down, I can't double tap to get to the menus. I've got no choice whether to choose either cancel and join, and no matter what we do, it never works. So if I click join, it comes up. So I can't get to the Wi-Fi settings to join that, and it's unable to join. And it just goes, we'll just go around in circles here, a bit like the light. Is the light on the front of the spinning? No. No. Press and release. Well, we've done that a million times already, so I'm just going to join. Well, okay, so we already know that. Next, let's go to your Wi-Fi settings and see if you can actually see it. Well, if I do that, questions come again. Is it spinning? No. Yeah, if I go to Wi-Fi settings, hello. Not sure how to get to the Wi-Fi settings. What is this doing here? Right, there we go. Right, so we go to settings. Go to Wi-Fi. It's not there. It's not showing up. Okay, so that's as far as we got. Like I said, it was working at one point. It did do the setup. I think the unit is damaged, or the transformer has damaged it, because it was 30 volts. Yes, I have tried the one that's reading 24 volts on the voltmeter. It should be 12 volts, but it's almost double, 18 volts. But yeah, that doesn't help now. Okay, that's it.